guys, welcome to another video. As you can tell by the title, I am going to be showing you some of my earlier makes. I don't have my earliest makes ever because those have long since left the building because they didn't fit. I never finished them, they were terrible, things of those nature. And so some of the stuff I've got in here I made about 10-11 years ago. Some of it was a little bit longer ago than that, and yeah, let's jump into it, shall we? So I have my this is my this is my UFO box, which I keep down in the sewing room, and it contains a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be altered or salvaged in some way, shape or form. So let's have a look. Now this is actually a ready to wear Miss Selfish dress. I wore that out as just a dress. If I can find a photo I'll include it here, but I really liked the details on it. I like the yoke at the back, the piping, the sleeves, yeah, the buttons. I liked the whole thing, so I wanted to clone at least the top of this, which is why I've kept that. There's a few pieces like this in there. Here we go. Yeah, and again I know I have a photo of this one. So I wore this. Oh gosh, it's very creased. But it is it's a shirt dress, but it has a cutout at the back, which is awesome, and it's a high-low hem. And again, I will include a photo of me wearing this many moons ago, but I would like to clone those, or at least use them as a starting off point for inspiration for dresses to make for me, because I think they're lovely. Now this is a by hand London Anna dress. So this is actually a fairly recent make. I think this is only 3 or 4 years old, and it is out of the Michael Miller Fairy Frost fabric. My invisible zip is not really invisible, and I think I interlined this, the whole thing. I don't know why, and it's not quite working around the zip area. The zip just needs to come out and be reinserted because it's really not very good, and for some reason the stitching around the waistband is undone. I think what had happened is that I'd actually made a different bodice for this, and I hated it, and I had enough left over, and I've still got some more of this fabric actually to make this bodice. So yeah, basically just the zip on this is terrible and needs to come out, and I need to redo that. So that's just a UFO. Okay, this one is a right. So you know the KD trousers that I wear all the time, that I say are actually cloned from a ready-to-wear Dorothy Perkins jumpsuit. Well, this is the very first attempt that I did to make the entire jumpsuit. So it has, let's do this up if I can. These buttons are a little bit too big for these rouleau loops. Well, it needs new buttons on it, that's for sure. But that's good because I wanted to salvage these buttons and take these buttons off for something else anyway. But so it has a there's an invisible zip up to there, and then there's a cutout and buttons at the top of the jumpsuit. Then there's quite a big waistband and ties, and then it's the super wide-legged trousers. Now I didn't think this worked on me. I think I have a photo of this, which I will include here if I have. I think that I thought that the fabric was just too stiff, because it's actually a cotton poplin, not a cotton lawn. So I think what I was planning on doing with this one is taking the trousers off, and as you can see the trousers are super wide. So I was going to take the trousers off, salvage as much fabric as I could from them as possible, and turn it into a skirt. because the bodice of this is actually really lovely. And this is my second attempt at the bodice, because the first one I copied it exactly from the Dorothy Perkins jumpsuit and completely forgot that it was too tight on the bust for me. So that one was too tight on the bust for me. So yeah, so I did this again and I redid it with a full bust adjustment, and it fits me so much better. So I think, yeah, I need to salvage this fabric from the bottom half and turn it into a skirt. Although I am going to try this on again, because I don't know, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably, when I put these pictures up, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, just no. Oh, this one is another one that my mum bought, and again, it's horrible, horrible fabric, but the dress itself fits her beautifully and is a really nice shape, so we want to clone this one, so that's why that's in there. And then this is a KB Grace bodice with solid green straps, solid green waistband, because the bottom of this fabric has a fairly solidy green portion to it, and I wanted to balance it all out. And this is the By Hand London Anna skirt, the long one, because I really like the long skirt. And this is Michael Miller Paradise quilting cotton, which is really, really pretty. And I kind of fussy cut it out so that it's the same bit going round and round and round, which I actually not sure if it was terribly successful, but I think I like it. My problem with this one, and I haven't tried this one on in a while as well, is that I cut a very shaped waistband rather than a straight rectangle waistband, and I think it makes the skirt sit a little funnily at the back. So basically this one needs to have the bodice taken off, the waistband taken out and put back in. And again, actually the visible zip's not too bad on this one. It's still not invisible, but it's not as bad as some of them have been. But yeah, so that's what needs to happen to that one. And I need to do that because this is a awesome dress. Oh, so the embarrassing projects are right at the bottom. So yes, this is a monsoon silk hanky hem skirt. So yeah, it's a size 8 though. I remember buying this for £120, and it came with its own fancy velvet hanger, which I still have in there. And yeah, this does not fit me anymore. I think what I had planned to do was actually even out the hem and turn it into a circle skirt, but given that there is very little hope of this ever fitting me again, I might just sell it as is and yeah, let the other person deal with it. Oh, this is a Trashy Diva dress, which I absolutely love, and it was on sale on their eBay because some of the beading detail had come out. And I am a size, in Trashy Diva, I'm a size 4, so I bought it, I put it on, and Trashy Diva unfortunately are known for their dodgy zips, and I ended up having to cut myself out of this. So that is the fabric fraying a little bit. No, it's the zip fraying. I actually had to unpick the zip of this because yeah, it got stuck and I was trapped. So I need to replace the zip on this dress. And yeah, it's a lovely, lovely shape. I think this is their Liz dress. I think this is the Liz shape, but it's a stunning shape, and it's a beautiful fabric and beautiful beading. So I do need to eventually rescue this one. And it's a YKK zipper, so it's not like it's even a cheap zipper. It's just the zips on this, unfortunately the zips are known for being defective on Trashy Diva dresses. Oh, this is a slip that my friend gave me that what broke on it? I think something broke on it. Yeah, the O-ring So, and it's not like it's even sewn in. The O-ring is just passed through and the fabric's, so yeah, so I just need to put a new O-ring on that. And then I have another little nightie, which would be great because I really like that one. Here we go. Oh, so my friend, bless her cotton socks, said to me, can you clone me a bra? I have one of my favourite bras ever. Would you be able to make me a bra? And I was like, I'll give it a go. She's like, it's my favourite bra ever. She doesn't watch these videos, so that she would kill me, but she doesn't watch these videos. I thought my underwear was bad. Yeah, I thought mine was a state, but there's wearing stuff and then there's wearing stuff, and she definitely got all of the use out of this bra that she was gonna ever get. I mean, serious. She wore this, I swear to God, she wore this. Yeah, she wants me to clone this for her. I think this just needs to be retired because she gave me this quite a few years ago now, and I don't think she's that size anymore. So yeah, let's just, yeah. Oh, and this one is actually something I had made by a professional dressmaker back when I was living in London. And oh wow, okay, so that's the zip installation, and the insides, and it's actually a Vogue pattern, which I love. Oh gosh, now this is, so okay, so this is a Vogue pattern. This is one of the first ones that I tried, and I tried it with chiffon and organza, and it was a disaster, an absolute disaster. But I did the same thing that they did. Because you're meant to actually sew these as a tube and then turn them out, and the stitching is meant to be on the inside. But this is a professional dressmaker. Yeah, this is a professional dressmaker, and that's how. So yeah. That's interesting, but yes, it is something that I just don't think I can get away with wearing ever again. And I love the fabric, so what I wanted to do was take off these bits and turn it into just a skirt, but I actually think I'm going to donate this to the local charity shop because I don't love the fabric as much as I thought I did. So yeah, that one can go, so that's good. Right. So here we're down to the embarrassing ones now. So this is a butterick pattern that I made quite a lot of. I think I made 4 or 5 of these, and I had no clue what I was doing. So it's meant to be a longer skirt, but I decided to chop it off and make it into a short sundress instead of the longer skirt, because I thought I'd get more wear out of it like this. And I'm really glad I did, because it means that I do have quite a large amount of this fabric left. And the reason I've kept these is to salvage them for parts, because there's quite a lot of fabric available in those skirts, especially for the type of bodices that I particularly like. I think I'll be able to use what's left of this fabric. Now, this dress has bias binding, finishing the front and making up the ties. So I remember getting the pieces out and thinking, why have I got to cut them crossways? That's stupid. I'll cut them straight up and down, because that's much more economical fabric wise, isn't it? And yes, it is, but they don't, I mean, how I managed to get this in, I don't know. And then the other thing was, oh yeah, so I didn't catch all of it. That was the other thing, is the way that they said to install the bias binding after you'd folded it was like, well, that's stupid. That's going to take me like ages. Why don't I just fold it in half and sew it on? And that's why you don't, because you don't always catch everything. So you don't, that's why. I wore this out in public, by the way, people. I wore this out. I haven't finished the ends. The ends are still raw. There's another bit there where I didn't catch everything, so that bit's raw. The stitching on this is appalling, but you know, I say I wore this out in public. And let's have a look at the insides. This is the bit that I'm really embarrassed about. I had no idea about finishing things, and I didn't read the instructions properly, so I just powered ahead and did what I wanted. So yeah, no seam finishing whatsoever, and you now know why I'm obsessed with French seams. Did I backstitch? Yes, I backstitched at the end of my dart. Wonderful. So, oh yeah, I clearly ignored the grain that I was supposed to be cutting on, because there's the selvage. So I cut the bodice on the cross grain rather than on the straight of grain. Yeah, wonderful. Oh, I did actually make a channel for the elastic. Okay, and again I have used the cross grain because there's the selvage. So there is a channel for the elastic. Again, the hem, the side seams have got no finishing on them whatsoever. I've used this again is the selvage, this one is just raw. And then hemming, oh hemming. I have turned it up once and stitched it and left it. Wow. Just wow. So yeah, I wore this out in public. Oh my goodness. So, but anyway, like I say, I'm going to salvage these bottom pieces for parts, because I have some of this fabric left and I would like to make a wearable dress out of it. So there's that one. And then exactly the same dress in a different colourway of the fabric, and exactly right, yeah, exactly the same problems. Bias binding is not sewn down properly there, it's not cut on the bias either, raw edges in there, back stitching at the point of the dart, another hole in the dress there, wonderful. And I would imagine that the hem, oh no, this one, look, I learned something. So this is turned over and turned over again. Getting better, Sean, getting better. How about the selvages on this one? Are they? Yeah, selvage, selvage. Selvage, selvage. Okay, so that's, you know, I've learnt something there. And the main body of the dress seems to be sewn on grain. Oh god, look at the unravelling. And again, like I say, I've washed and worn these out in public. So there is the channel for the elastic. Wow. This is why you finish your raw edges, people. So there's this one. And then, okay, I'm so sad about this. I'm so sad about this, because I love this fabric so much. I have a couple of pieces of actual fabric there, and then what's this? Aha, here we go. So this is number 3 of that dress. Like I say, I took a weekend off of work and to sit down and make this, and oh my goodness, the stitching is terrible. Right. So again, the stitching is kind of just all over the place. This is the world's tiniest stitch as well. I'm not sure how that happened. This one, so there was a variation for the neckline where you could add in another detail across the top, which I've done. And is there any holes in this one? I don't think there is any holes. Well, that's an improvement, because I wore this one to work when I was training, actually. Yes, wore it out in public. Oh gosh, yeah, that's That's not good. It's really not good. The insides are all raw. Back stitching at the darts. How have I hemmed this one? Oh my god! Okay, so I apparently attempted a blind hem finish on this. Look at that. And this is a really good illustration. You don't need your stitches to be this close together, and trying to do that with a circle just makes it all pucker, because you're trying to turn up a wider circumference into a smaller one. And yeah, but oh god, I don't even know what stitch that is, but it's definitely not invisible. Oh my goodness, wow. And yep, selvages on those. Blimey. But again, I've kept this because there is a decent-ish amount of fabric in this skirt, so I'm hoping that I can salvage some of it. And what I would really like is a little top out of it in some description or another. So I'm hoping I have enough of that with those couple of pieces that I have in there. But I clearly loved this fabric so much because I've made 2 more things out of it. So, oh blimey, these are, I never finished these. I didn't put the buttonholes or buttons on them because I think they were way too small for me. But I had, it was a Vogue pattern, and it was wide leg trousers, and I thought, I know, I'll make myself some shorts. So, you know, it's a fairly sensible thing to do, but I couldn't work out what the pattern wanted me to do. So this is my attempt at invisibly finishing the hem, or the, yeah, because you turn it inside out and then you're meant to slip stitch that together. That's very visible. And then this is my invisible zipper. I had no clue how invisible zippers went in, so I have stuck it in. It's the wrong colour for a start, and you know, that is not remotely invisible, and I've top stitched it down. I mean, it works, but no. And then, oh gosh, oh man, this is bad. So yeah, raw seams everywhere. How have I hemmed these? Oh no, just turned it up once and hemmed it, just the once. So yeah, it's raw edge there. So oh, when bad things happen to good fabric. So yes, and again, I have kept these because I clearly knew I was going to start a YouTube channel one day and would want to show you guys, so you could laugh at me and just see just how bad I used to be, and how wonderful YouTube is. But I've also, I think maybe I could possibly get, you know, some kind of small pattern piece straps possibly out of that bit of fabric. But yes, so there's that. And then the final thing, gosh, I loved this fabric. I mean, I do love this fabric, it's gorgeous. Oh god. So I have made another circle skirt. Has this got any seams in it? No, it hasn't. There's no seams in that, it's just a full circle. Okay, cool. Oh dear. So same type of treatment on the invisible zipper there. Sewn it in, not remotely invisibly, and then top stitched it down. I have gone for hook and eyes to close the waistband badly. This nice little gap there. How did I... Oh wow! So I finished the waistband, I've turned it under and I've stitched it, and then just turned it over, and I was thinking, wow, I've done really good stitching the ditching, but I haven't. I think I've just stuck it down with the fusible. Yeah, that's just stuck together with the interfacing. This has never been worn or washed, can you tell? And what's the hem like on this one? Oh, once turned over once, and yeah, and then the back seam is just left raw. So again, there's a lot of fabric that, I mean, it's not a lot of fabric because it's a tiny skirt, but I'm hoping that I will be able to salvage parts from all of these 3 pieces and those little bits of fabric that I have spare to make something, make a little top out of those, I hope. She's having a bath back there. So yeah, that's my, well, that is some of my early makes and my UFO pile, and my stuff that I would like to clone pile. So yeah, these I think, as I say, were made in 2007, 2006, 2007, and so I was working at, oh no, are they even that long ago? I don't think they're even that long ago. I think they're earlier than that, later than that. These are 7 years old. Yes, these are 7 years old, because I was wearing these. I took the weekend off. So this one's slightly older, because I wore this to training at Playboy, and then these I took a weekend off to make these whilst I was at Playboy. I remember doing that. So I remember cutting it out, and I think I even did a blog post about it, you know. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. But I mean, I knew nothing, absolutely nothing. I mean, I had no shame, or no, you know what, no, I was really proud of these. I was really proud of these, and like, you know, people were, the girls were like, oh, they're really cute, could you make me one? And you know, I never did, thank God, but I said, yeah, of course I would. But it never got around to the time where people, because I said the same thing to them again, you buy the fabric and I'll do it, and then they never quite got that far, thank goodness. But you know, it just goes to show that you can learn, you can teach yourself an awful lot, and reading patterns and following the grain lines and things like that is important, and finishing techniques, finishing the insides of your garments is essential. But yeah, that was really fun to look back through all of those. But yes, these, as I say, these are actually less than 7 years old, so wow. Yeah, I mean, like, I say this to you guys all the time, I am not an expert, I am totally self-taught. Everything that I have learnt is fairly recent. As I say, the first garment that I was really happy with was my by hand London, and if I'll find a photo, my by hand London Anna dress in the green gold cloverleaf print. That's my most successful, or that was my most successful dress, and I was so pleased with myself with that one. And I followed an online tutorial, I did a full bust adjustment, and I made it work for me, and it was brilliant. So yeah, completely self-taught off the internet, and it's totally doable, and I'm loving sharing my journey with you guys. And you know, this is not my starting point. I had made stuff earlier than this, but not loads. And yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here now and I'm thinking, like, I'm an absolute fraud. How dare I charge people to make them clothes? But then, having said that, I've got this one that I paid to have made for me, and you know what, there's a lot of stuff in here that's not perfect. So not everybody is, and I think we all need to remember that. But yes, anyway, I'm going to clean all this up, put it away, and then I'm going to get on and film some fabric stash videos for you guys, because I've still got 3 more piles on one shelf to show you. So yeah, I'm gonna go play with fabric and feel good about myself again. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!